And this next fight's a close and competitive fight in the welterweight division. A really fun fight. Alex Morono, he's one of my. I got a weird thing. Like, I like a lot of these mid card guys that bring it, these action fighters. Like, Morono's last fight with Tim Means, that was an awesome matchup for me because I'm a fan of both guys. And I just like Morono's style. I like the way he carries himself. I like the way he fights in the cage, and he always brings the action. He's never going to quit on you, and he's always going to fight 100% for your money and fight to his maximum capabilities. And he's taking a guy in Joaquin Buckley who necessarily maybe you can't say that about him. I mean, he more relies on his athleticism, on his power. He's kind of a glass cannon where if you can connect on him, he hasn't shown the greatest chin. And I feel like he isn't the best at handling adversity or as good at it as Morono is. But stylistically, both guys have great paths to victory. I mean, one thing about Buckley is he has really good kicks and he's going to have the reach and speed advantage in this fight. And I feel like Morono hasn't fought a lot of opponents recently that are southpaws that are kickers. I feel like a lot of the guys that he's fought are more hands oriented, and I could see Buckley potentially, at least early in the fight before Morono gets the range, having some success picking at him with kicks and maybe winning minutes that way. And obviously Buckley is going to be looking to pressure in and do his thing where he throws the big wild looping shots, and he does a pretty good job where he'll mix in uppercuts, he'll throw some overhands or straight punches, and then the big looping strikes. So he's kind of trying to go in and around your guard, change the trajectory of where he's throwing and land on you, and sometimes he can land clean and take guys out. But a lot of the guys that he's finished or knocked out have been kind of real lower level guys, non-UFC level guys. The only guy who really finished that I would classify as a pretty good fighter is Kasanganai. For Morono, he more on the feet has great footwork. He has a good jab. He's gotten a lot better pairing and kind of defending strikes, being a little bit more calm. He used to, when guys got in range on him, he'd just start winging bombs to get him out of there. Now he's being a little bit more smart by showing some more defensive tendencies and then getting out of range. He still has that dog in him where he'll sit down and swing, and that's what he's going to kind of need to avoid doing in this fight. He can't let Buckley back him to the fence and then just exchange with Buckley because he doesn't have the power to do that. He has to be the finesse guy in there and use his footwork, use his movement, try to use the jab to catch Buckley coming in, catch him with that check hook, or use the overhand. His overhands are really good, like great footwork, great overhands. And if he can land one of those overhands on Buckley, I think Buckley's going to get hurt or at least feel it because I don't trust Buckley's chin whatsoever. And if these guys grapple, I think Morono has the edge there. I mean, Morono's guillotine he snatched in his last fight with Tim Means was pretty slick, man. That was pretty nasty. And I feel like Buckley has the wrestling advantage and could take him down. But I think that Morono could get right back up to his feet and or hit a submission on Buckley if he decides to wrestle heavy. So I think that a sneaky bet is Morono wins via submission. But ultimately, I think both these guys do have issues in terms of durability. If Buckley can land clean on Morono too, I do wonder if Morono could take it. So I think it's a pretty even fight. But I'm going to lean towards the guy that I think is a little tougher and a little bit craftier, a little bit more well-rounded, and that's going to be Alex Morono. So I think Morono is going to be able to find Buckley's chin at one point, either hurt him, make him start shooting takedowns and snatch the neck in a guillotine or some sort of choke, or finish him with strikes. So I think Morono's going to win inside the distance on this one. I know a lot of his wins are via decision, but I see him going out there and getting the finish on Joaquin Buckley at some point in this fight.